good evening, everyone. Come on in to our Tuesday Bible game night. Come on in. This is the beginning of March Madness for the women. This is the beginning of March Madness for the women. So come on in tonight, and we're going to do some March Madness with the women of the Bible. Come on in to our Tuesday Bible game night with Love First Baptist Church. And we're going to be talking about women of the Bible tonight. We're going to be dealing with women of the Bible. We're going to be shooting around, playing a little word of God. I know you know the women of the Bible and the great things that they did. So that's what we're going to be dealing with tonight. I hope everyone is doing all right this evening. Got a little cold around in different places of the country, but the cold don't stop nothing. Make them bugs go in for a little while. Mosquitoes get on away from here. So ain't nothing wrong with some cold. Everything that God does is for our good. I know around here where we at, the mosquitoes was just getting out of hand. Whatever them things was, they said them old big things, not mosquitoes. They call them something else, but whatever they are pests. They was pests. So come on in tonight, get started, and shoot around with the Word of God a little bit. Get shoot around with the Word of God. No matter what you're going through, know that God is always in control. Whatever you go through in life, whatever you come up against in life, God is in control. So we ain't got to worry. We ain't got to get caught up in a bad mindset or anything. Just wait on the Lord. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Good evening to my wife, our First Lady. God bless you this evening. And good evening, Grace. God bless you this evening. Good evening, Abraham. God bless you this evening. We're going to get started this evening with our Bible basketball. We're going to get started this evening with our Bible basketball. Good evening, Sister Monica Chatwood. God bless you, my sister. Come on in this evening. We're going to get started with our Bible basketball. Good evening to you. And we're going to be dealing with women of the Bible. The March Madness for the Women College NCAA starts tonight. So we're going to be dealing with women of the Bible. Good evening, Sister Knott Kennedy. God bless you. Glad for you to come on in and be with us this evening as we get ready to get started here. The crowd is all ready and everything. So we're going to get started with women of the Bible. And we're going to pull up our first question here dealing with women of the Bible. Let's get ready to head on down the court as we deal with women of the Bible. Here comes our first question as we head down the court. And it says, which church was Phoebe a part of? This is a woman of the Bible. Was it the Church of Corinth, Ephesus, C, Cenchrea, or D, Jerusalem? Which church was this woman a part of? A, Corinth, B, Ephesus, C, Cenchrea, or D, Jerusalem? We are talking about women of the Bible. Anybody got anything they want to say? And here come First Lady Neil said, Cenchrea. She said she was of Cenchrea. All right, y'all better get out your smart phones and everything, Google, whatever it is, that's okay. We learning. This is our way of learning the word of God. Anybody else gonna try it? Anybody else gonna try it this evening and help out our first lady move down that court? And she passes the ball to Sister Monica Chadwick. Sister Monica Chadwick go between her leg behind her back and she moved to the top of the key. Anybody else gonna help them out? Maybe they have to go at it on their own. And here comes Sister Knott Kennedy. She passes the ball to Knott Kennedy, who go between her leg behind her back, showing off her basketball skill. If we're looking for alley hoop, and is this a good alley hoop from Sister Monica Chadwick to Sister Knott Kennedy? Is this a good alley hoop this evening? Let's check it out, y'all. That is correct. Good alley hoop to a flying 360. That's what we talking about. A good alley hoop into a flying 360. Let's keep it rolling, y'all, with our next question. Next question says, what expensive item did Mary pour on Jesus' feet? Was it A, olive oil, B, wine, C, myrrh, or D, pure nard perfume? What expensive item did she pour on Jesus' feet? We're talking about women of the Bible. This is the Bible March Madness with women of the Bible. So what expensive stuff did she pour on Jesus' feet? Olive oil, wine, myrrh, or some kind of perfume? A, B, C, or D? Who gonna take the ball out of bounds? Excuse me. And here come Sister Monica. She said it was olive oil. But First Lady Neal steals it from her and go the other way with perfume. She moved down the court with perfume as she go between the leg behind her back. Somebody gonna get the ball back. Is y'all gonna go with D, perfume? She go between the leg behind her back, showing off her skills with D, perfume. Anybody else gonna steal it and try to take it back the other way? It could be olive oil, it could be perfume. What y'all say? What do y'all say? We got a good one going on here. But here, Sister Monica said she made a mistake. She meant perfume. All right. So she passes the ball to Sister Monica. Sister Monica makes a backward pass to Sister Knott Kennedy behind her back. Behind her back, she goes to Sister Kennedy, and then she makes an alley hoop to First Lady Neal. Is this a good alley hoop from Sister Knott Kennedy to First Lady Neal, who tips it towards Sister Monica? Sister Monica jumps for that alley hoop. Is it a good alley hoop? That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360. That's what we talking about, y'all. Good alley hoop to a flying 360. All right, let's keep it rolling here in the March Madness with women. Here come our next question. The Queen of Sheba came Solomon to what? The Queen of Sheba came to Solomon to do what? A, declare war. B, test his wisdom. C, request an alliance. D, come to his aid. Why did the Queen of Sheba travel to see Solomon? Declare war, test his wisdom, request an alliance, or come to his aid. And here come First Lady Neal, jumped out there and took the ball out of bounds, said, test his wisdom. She moves across midcourt, going between her leg behind her back, showing off her skills as she come to the top of the key, looking around for somebody on the left or the right. Somebody cutting across the middle. She's looking for some help. The defense is all over her. Anybody see anything else? And she passed the ball to Sister Monica Chapman. Sister Monica Chapman moves around, spinning around, showing off her skills. She's showing off her basketball skills as she spins and moves around the court. Defense is all over her. She's looking around, looking for somebody cutting across that middle. She's showing off her basketball skills. She goes between the leg and she makes a pass to Sister Kennedy. Sister Kennedy moved around, cut across the middle. But the defense is all over her. She moved back to the top of the key, showing off her skills as she goes between the leg behind her back. And here comes Sister Glizzy Common. Good evening, Sister Glizzy Common. She passes the ball to Sister Glizzy Common, who's showing off her skills and test his wisdom. She makes an alley hoop from Sister Knott Kennedy to Sister Glizzy Common. Is this a good alley hoop to test his wisdom? That is correct. That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360. It was all about testing his wisdom. All right, let's keep it rolling here in March Madness with Women of the Bible. Here comes our next question. What did Elijah ask the widow of Zarephath to do first with the flour and oil? What did she have to do first? A, make bread for the temple. B, serve bread to the poor first. C, make bread for Elijah first. Or D, make bread for her son first. What did Elijah tell her to do first, y'all? Come on, y'all know y'all women got y'all basketball skills together. Here comes Sister Glizzy come and say, make bread for Elijah first. This sister know her Bible, but maybe somebody see something different. And she passed the ball to First Lady Neal. Make bread for Elijah first. She go between the leg behind her back. These are the women of March Madness, y'all. The women of the Bible know how to play some Bible basketball in this March Madness. As First Lady Neal moves around, going between the leg behind her back, as she passes it to Sister Monica Chapel. Said, make bread for Elijah first. She just said bread. But all of them said bread, Sister Monica. You got to be specific on this one here. Do what with the bread? All right. And she said, she passed it to Sister Glenda Commons and said, see, make bread for Elijah. Is that correct? Here comes Sister Knott Kennedy. She passed the ball to her, go between the leg behind her back. She said, make bread for Elijah. Yeah, you got to be more specific. They ain't just bread, all of them bread. But what we going to do with the bread? Are we going to make bread for the temple, for the poor, for her son, or who? Come on, show off your basketball skills here. And here comes Sister Monica. There you go, my sister. She said it was for Elijah. Is this a good alley hoop from Sister Kennedy to Sister Monica? That is a good alley hoop to a flying 360. It's all about making bread for Elijah first. That's what he asked. Good alley hoop into a flying 360. All right, let's keep it rolling with our next question. Next question says, Ruth eventually meets one of the family's guardian / redeemers in the grain field. What was his name? Who did Ruth meet in the grain field? A, Boaz. B, Elimelech. C, Mahlon. D, Kilion. Who did Ruth meet? Which was one of the family's guardian redeemer in the grain field. All right, show off your basketball skills. And here comes Sister Glizzy Commons. Said she made Boaz. She met Boaz. And she passed it down the court to Sister Monica Chadwick. Sister Monica Chadwick said Boaz. She go to her leg behind her back and pass it to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy showing off her skills as she moved down court, and she passed it to First Lady Neal. First Lady Neal showing off her basketball skills as she moved down the court, showing that she can play that b-ball here in the March Madness for the women. March Madness for women in the Bible. Boaz. We got an alley hoop from Sister Knott Kennedy to First Lady Neal. Is that a good alley hoop? Is that correct? That is correct. It is Boaz. A good alley hoop into a flying 360. All right, let's keep it rolling, y'all, here in the March Madness for women. All right, our next question says, what was the name of Mary's cousin who had a son named John the Baptist? Mary had a cousin who had a son named John the Baptist. What was that cousin? Man, before I could get it out, First Lady Neal say E. Anybody else gonna help her out? As I begin to put in Elizabeth, maybe somebody may see something different. Is she correct? Is we gonna get some help on this one here? Are we gonna go with Elizabeth, or do somebody see something different? As I put in Elizabeth. And here comes Sister Monica Chapman to help her out with Elizabeth. Moving down the court, spinning back around, showing off her basketball skills as she go between her back and everything. And here comes Sister Glizzy coming to help them out with Elizabeth. Oh man, these sisters know they basketball skill. They say it is Elizabeth, showing off their basketball skill. Look like we're gonna go with Elizabeth. Is this a good alley hoop from Sister Monica Chatwood to Sister Glenzie Common? Anybody else gonna help them out? Well, look like we're gonna go with Elizabeth. And here comes Sister Knott Kennedy in for the alley hoop from Sister Glenzie Common to Sister Knott Kennedy. Is this a good alley hoop? Is this a good alley hoop? That is correct. It is Elizabeth. A good alley hoop into a flying 360. That's what we're talking about here. Way to score them points here in the March Madness for women. Here comes our next question. It said Bathsheba eventually became the mother of Israel's famous wise king, the successor to David. What was her son's name? What was Bathsheba's son's name? What y'all want to type in? Come on now. Show off y'all basketball skills. What was Bathsheba's son's name? I know y'all can play some basketball here in March Madness with women of the Bible. Show off y'all basketball skills. This is Women History Month, so show off your knowledge of women of the Bible. Come on with that basketball skill. Anybody? Give me some letters to put in. The defense is all over me. And here come First Lady Nia giving me some letters to put in. Anybody gonna help her out with them letters? Anybody gonna help her out? She said Solomon. Anybody else see something different? Well, who was it, y'all? Who was it? Who was it? Anybody gonna help her out? The son of Bathsheba. All right. The mother of this famous king who was wise, y'all. What was her son's name? He came after David. And here comes Sister Monica Chavez. She going with Solomon too. She's dealing with Solomon too, showing off her basketball skill. Anybody else gonna step up in here and help them out? We got two people, says Solomon. Can they make that alley hoop? And here comes Sister Glenzie Cummins to help them out. She go to the top of the key looking around for that alley hoop. She's looking around for that alley hoop to somebody, showing off her basketball skill. Is it correct with Solomon? Here come Pastor White. Good evening, Pastor White and First Lady Gail. It's good to see you, my brother. I hope you're feeling better. And here comes Sister Pastor White makes a alley hoop to Sister Knott Kennedy. Is this a good alley hoop to a flying 360 from Pastor White to Sister Knott Kennedy? Is that a good alley hoop? That is correct. That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360. It was Solomon. All right. Let's keep it moving here as we have the March Madness of Women of the Bible. This is March Madness, Women of the Bible. What people wanted Delilah to figure out Samson's weakness? What people? A, the Assyrians, B, the Babylonians, C, the Philistines, or D, the Egyptians. Which one of these people wanted Delilah to figure out Samson's weakness? Show off your Bible about your Bible skills about women of the Bible. And here comes Sister Glenzie Commons. She says the Philistine. She stepped up and said the Philistine moved twin leg behind her back past the Pastor White, who passed to First Lady Gail. First Lady Gail moves it over to First Lady Neal. First Lady Neal go between that behind her back, pass it back to Pastor White, who finds First Lady Gail on the right side. She goes between her leg behind her back and she makes a pass to Sister Monica Chavez. Sister Monica Chavez dribbles around and makes a pass to Sister Knott Kennedy. Moving the ball around and everybody's saying the Philistine. So is this a good alley hoop from Sister Monica Chatwood to Sister Knott Kennedy? Or maybe somebody sees something different. Does somebody see something different? Is this a good alley hoop from Sister Knott Kennedy? She makes an alley hoop to Sister Glenzie Cummins. Is this a good alley hoop to her? That is correct. It is the Philistines. Good alley hoop into a flying 360. It is the Philistines here in the March Madness with Women of the Bible. Let's keep it rolling here, y'all, as we getting close to the end of our first half here in March Madness. What was the name of Martha's brother? What was the name of Martha's brother? All right, somebody give me something to type in here. What was the name of Martha's brother? Wow, y'all help me out. Here come First Lady Neil, jumped up right away, said Lazarus. Maybe somebody else see something different. Am I spelling it right and everything? Come on, y'all, help me out. Help First Lady Neil out. She passed the ball to Sister Glenzie Cummins. Sister Glenzie Cummins moves around, showing off her basketball spin. She passes to Pastor White. Pastor White showing off his basketball skills. He moved the ball, 20 leg behind his back, showing he know how to play a little basketball too. He moves around showing off his basketball skill. Anybody else gonna help us out? Here come First Lady Gail to help us out here to spell this Lazarus. And she makes it pass to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy showing off her basketball skill, moving around back and forth. Anybody else got anything they want to help out on here? And here comes, she makes an alley hoop to Sister Monica Chapman. Is this a good alley hoop to Sister Monica Chapman? You say, First Lady Neil say I'm frozen. Am I frozen with everybody else, or is it just her? And here come Pastor White and First Lady Gail say Lazarus. Is we frozen, or is it just her? All right. So here we got an alley hoop from Sister Monica Chatwood to Pastor White. Is that a good alley hoop? That is correct. That's a good alley hoop into a flying 360. That's a good alley hoop. Pastor White say he not frozen, First Lady Neil, so it's just you. All right, good alley hoop to a flying 360. Here in the March Madness for the women. All right, let's keep it rolling here with our last question of the first half here in March Madness. It said, who told Esther about the plot to kill the king in Esther chapter 2? Who told Esther about a plot to kill the king over there in Esther chapter 2? Somebody give me something to type in. Show off your basketball skills. All right, say I'm holding on. Yeah, we all are yet holding on. Are you yet holding on? All right, holding on. We all got to hold on and see what the end gonna be like. We got to keep holding on. So who told Esther about the plot to kill the king over there in Esther chapter 2? Come on, y'all, give me something to write down. Y'all got to spell it for me. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Anybody? Ain't nobody coming up with nothing, and the referee about to blow the whistle. All right, here come First Lady Neil said Mordecai. All right, here we go, y'all. Anybody gonna help us spell this? Is she spelling it right? And everything. Somebody help her out. Is it Mordac or however? We gotta get it right. Y'all know how these old things, they spell check, y'all. They spell check them. You said with her cousin. Well, yeah, that's Mordecai. That's her cousin. That's right. So Pastor White and First Lady Gail said Mordecai. Anybody else gonna help us out on this here? Is it Mordecai? Anybody gonna help us out on this one here? Mordecai. Anybody gonna help us out with that spelling and everything? All right, and everything. Come on, help us out here. Help us out. But y'all get close enough. I believe it. I believe it. Anybody else gonna help us out? Look like it's just gonna be Pastor White and First Lady Neil. They gonna go at it. They gonna go at it. Pastor White and First Lady Neil. Yeah. All right, she went up in there. Here come Sister Glenzie Common gets with him. And she passes it back to First Lady Neil. First Lady Neil moves around showing off her skill. Here come First Lady Gail. All right, here come First Lady Gail. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go. Is this a good alley hoop from First Lady Gail to First Lady Neil? Is them First Ladies got it right? Is that correct? And that is correct. Way to end the first half. Way to end that first half on a good note, on a good alley hoop to a flying 360. Good alley hoop to a flying 360 here in the March Madness for Win. women. We're going to take a quick water break, and then we're going to come back with our second half. All right. This is the March Madness with Women of the Bible. This is women history. This is women history, so we're doing the Women of the Bible. So let's get ready here to start our second half. Let's get ready to start the second half. Here comes our first question of the second half. It said Job was seeking a wise woman from Tekoa to tell a story in order to gain favor and convince the king to let who back into the kingdom. Who was Joab trying to get back into the kingdom? He sought a wise woman. Was it A, Tamar, B, Amnon, C, Joab, D, Absalom? Who was he trying to get back into the kingdom when he went to that wise woman? Looking for a story to tell to the king. Who was he trying to get back into the kingdom? And here come First Lady Nilsa Absalom. Anybody gonna help her out on this one here with Absalom? As she moves around, go between her leg, behind her back, headed down the court. She moves cross mid-court, and she gets help from Sister Glizzy Cumming. Sister Glizzy Cumming moved to the top of the key, showing off her skill, and she passed it to the right side to Sister Monica Chapman. Sister Monica Chapman passed it back to the left side to Pastor White. Pastor White passed it back to the top of the key to First Lady Gale. First Lady Gale passed it down the middle to Sister Knott Kennedy. But she had to come back up top to First Lady Gale, who finds Sister Monica Chapman cutting across the middle. Is this a good alley-oop from her? But she missed that one. And here comes Sister First Lady Lena Bell. Good evening, First Lady Bell and Pastor Bell. God bless you all this evening. First Lady Bell moves around, comes to the top of the key, and she makes an alley-oop to First Lady Gale. Is this a good alley-oop to a flying 360? That is correct. It is Absalom. Good alley-oop into a flying 360. Good alley-oop into a flying 360. All right, let's keep it rolling here for March Madness for women. Here comes our next question. Our next question saying, Deborah partnered with who to defeat Jabin, king of Canaan? Who did she partner with? Was it A, Ehud, B, Gideon, C, Barak, D, Jael? Who did she partner with? And here come First Lady Neal, jumped up right away, and she said Barak. Anybody in agreement? Anybody gonna help her out? As she moved toward mid-court, she come to the top of the key. Anybody gonna help her out? Maybe y'all see somebody different that helped her defeat King. All right, and here come Pastor White. He gets with First Lady Neal, and he passes it to First Lady Gale. First Lady Gale go between her leg, behind her back, showing off her skills, and she passes it to Sister Glizzy Cumming. Sister Glizzy Cumming move around to the right side and pass it back to Pastor White. Pastor White moves around toward the top of the key and passes it to First Lady Bale. First Lady Bale showing off her skills, and she passes it to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy go between her leg, behind her back, and pass it to Sister Monica Chapman. Sister Monica Chapman showing off her skills, showing she can play a little bit of basketball here in March Madness. Here in that March Madness with Women of the Bible, she's showing off she can play a little bit. And she makes an alley-oop to Sister Knott Kennedy. Is this a good alley-oop to a flying 360? Is this a good one, y'all? That is correct. Good alley-oop into a flying 360 here in the March Madness for the women, y'all. All right, let's keep it rolling, y'all, with our next question. Here comes our next question. Next question says, Rahab is mentioned in the genealogy of who? Who was she in the genealogy of? Rahab. A, Elijah. B, Paul. C, Jesus. D, Jonah. And here come First Lady Neil jumped up and she said she was in the genealogy of Jesus. Showing off her basketball skills, she moved between the leg behind her back. She said Jesus. Anybody else gonna go with her? As she crosses midcourt, she passed to Pastor White. Pastor White passed it to the right side to Sister Glenda Commons, who passed it to First Lady Gail. First Lady Gail go between the leg behind her back, pass it back to Pastor White. Pastor White finds Sister Knott Kennedy on the right side, and she moved back up to the top of the key and finds First Lady Bell. First Lady Bell moved around, going between the leg behind her back, showing off her basketball skills, and she finds First Lady Gail. She's trying to make a good alley hoop into a flying 360. But here comes Sister Monica Chapman. Is this a good flying 360 from First Lady Gail to Sister Monica Chatwood? That's a good one. That is correct. It is Jesus. He's in the genealogy of Rahab. Rahab is in Jesus' genealogy. All right. Good fly alley hoop into a flying 360. Let's keep it rolling, y'all, with our next question. Next question: who did Priscilla and Aquila invite to their home in Acts 18 to explain to him the way of God more adequately? Who did they invite to their house and explain to him the way of God more adequately? Was it A, Gallio, B, Paul, C, Apollos, D, Silas? Come on, y'all, show off your basketball skills. Y'all know these men and women of the Bible, we dealing with women of the Bible. They invited this man to her house. Who was it Priscilla invited to her house? Come on, y'all, show off basketball skills. Here come First Lady Neil saying it was Apollos. She moves up to the top of the key, crossing midcourt. She said Apollos. Anybody gonna help her out? Or maybe somebody see something different. If you see something different, let her know. We don't want to get it wrong, y'all. We're trying to get it right. Over there in Acts 18 and 26, she passed to First Lady Gail. First Lady Gail go between her leg behind her back and pass it to Sister Glenda Commons. Sister Glenda Commons moves around, showing off her basketball skills. She passes it to Pastor White. Pastor White showing he can play a little bit of basketball as he dribbling around. He passes it back to First Lady Gail. First Lady Gail finds Sister Glenda Commons on the right side, who passes it back to the top of the key to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy moving around, showing off her basketball skills, looking for somebody cutting across that middle. She's looking for somebody cutting across that middle as she's trying to show off her basketball skill. Who was it that Priscilla and Aquila invited to their house? Who was this person? Y'all say Apollos, and here comes Sister Knott Kennedy, makes an alley hoop to First Lady Gail. Is that a good alley hoop? Is that a good alley hoop? That is correct. It is Apollos. A good alley hoop into a flying 360 here in March Madness with women of the Bible. All right, here comes our next question. Halfway through the last quarter. We're halfway through the last quarter, saying Acts 12 and 13. Rhoda is described as what? She's described as who? A disciple. B, a deacon. C, a servant. D, a wife. Who is Rhoda described as? Disciple, deacon, servant, wife. Show off your basketball skill in the Women March Madness. Show off your basketball skill. And here comes Sister Glenda Commons, said she was a servant. She had down the court with servant. Her and Pastor White and First Lady Gail said servant. Pastor White and First Lady Gail said servant, and they passed it to First Lady Bell. Acts 12 and 13, Rhoda is described as a servant. She go to the leg by the back, pass it to Pastor White, back to First Lady Gail, who finds Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy moved to the leg behind her back, showing off her basketball skill. So look like we're going with servant. Here come Pastor White back from Sister Kennedy to Pastor White. They're sticking with servant. Sister Monica Chabot gets it at the right side with servant. And here come First Lady Neil. They pass the ball to First Lady Neil with servant. Is this a good alley hoop from Sister Monica Chabot to First Lady Neil? Is it servant? She's listed as a what? A servant. That is correct. It is a servant. With a good alley hoop into a flying 360. Here in the March Madness with women of the Bible. All right, let's keep it rolling, y'all, with our next question. Next question said, Leah and Rachel were daughters of who? Were they daughters of A, Isaac, B, Esau, C, Shechem, D, Laban? These women were daughters of who? Isaac, Esau, Shechem, Laban. Show off your basketball skills here. And here come First Lady Neil said Laban. She's showing off her basketball skills as she moved between the court, come to the top of the key, looking around for somebody cutting around. She looked to the left. She looked to the right. She looked across the middle, looking for some help, and here come Pastor White. She passed to Pastor White, who passed to First Lady Gail. Back to the top of the key to Sister Glenzie Cummins. Sister Glenzie Cummins moved around back to Sister Monica Chapman. Sister Monica Chapman going back and forth between her. She's showing off her skill. She's showing off her basketball skills here. She's showing off her basketball skill. I don't know why my questions popped off the screen, but we're going to try to get them back up. We're going to try to get them back up for y'all. Otherwise, I just call them out myself if they ain't going to come back up for that. But here comes Sister Monica Chadwick. Passed the ball to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy showing off her skills. She passed to the top of the key to First Lady Bell. First Lady Bell showing off her skills and everything. Showing she can work this thing. She's showing she could do it. She's showing that she can handle it. She's showing she can handle it. We got a alley hoop from First Lady Gail to Pastor White. Is this a good alley hoop from First Lady Gail to Pastor White? Is that a good alley hoop? And that is correct. They were the daughters of Laban. They were the daughters of Laban. That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360 here at March Madness. All right, I'm going to just have to read the question off because it don't want to help us out and let y'all see the question. It don't want to let y'all see it. But I know y'all don't need to see it to answer it. It said, who did Esther stop from carrying? Who did Esther stop from carrying out their plot to kill all the Jews in King Xerxes' kingdom? Who did she stop? Did she stop A, Mordecai, B, Nisan, D, Hamadatha, D, Haman? Who did she stop from carrying out the plot to kill all the Jews? She stopped somebody. He was plotting to kill all the Jews. Was it Mordecai, Nisan, Hamadatha, or Haman? All right, here comes First Lady Neil. She said Haman. She moved across the court, go between her legs behind her back, saying Haman. Showing off her basketball skills with Haman. Is that correct? Anybody gonna help her out? She go between legs behind her back and she passes it to Pastor White. Pastor White moves around and finds Sister Glenzie Cummins. Sister Glenzie Cummins passed to First Lady Gail, who passed to First Lady Bell. First Lady Bell passed it to Sister Monica Chadwick, who passed it to Sister Knott Kennedy. Sister Knott Kennedy passes it to Sister Glenzie Cummins. Sister Glenzie Cummins moves around to the top of the key and goes for alley hoop to First Lady Gail. Missed that alley hoop and she passed it to Sister Monica Chadwick. Trying to show off her skills here in the women March history basketball. Trying to show off her skills here. Is this a good alley hoop? And she's trying to show off her skills here. We got a good alley hoop going on here. Trying to get a good alley hoop from Sister First Lady Gail to Sister Monica Chadwick. He's trying to get a good alley hoop from them. Is this a good alley hoop? As they say, it is Haman. That is correct. That is correct. Good alley hoop into a flying 360. That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360. It is Haman. It is Haman. All right, let's keep it rolling here, y'all, with our next question. Let's keep it rolling with our next question. Here comes our next question. Next question says, what was the name of Eve's son listed in Genesis 4:1? The name of Eve's son here in the March Madness. A, Cain. B, Abel. C, Enoch. D, Seth. We're talking about Genesis chapter 4. Which son was listed in Genesis chapter 4. Come on, y'all. Show off your women history basketball skill. And here come First Lady Neil say, Cain, Genesis chapter 4. She mentioned Cain was listed there. Anybody else gonna try to show off their skills here? Come on, show off your basketball skill. She moved to the top of the key, moving around, looking for some help. Anybody gonna help her out? And here come Pastor White. Pastor White said Cain as he passed to Sister Glenzie Cummings. She go between the leg and she got it stole. She got it. No, here comes Sister Monica Chadwick with Cain. She's showing off her basket field. As she go between the leg behind her back, she passes it back to First Lady Gail. First Lady Gail moves around, but go between the leg behind her back, finds Sister Glenzie coming back to Sister Knott Kennedy, to First Lady Bell. First Lady Bell moves around back and forth, and she finds Sister Monica Chadwick. She go between the leg behind her back, makes an alley hoop to Sister Knott Kennedy. Is this a good alley hoop to Sister Knott Kennedy? Is this a good alley hoop to Sister Knott Kennedy as they trying to move around? And Sister Knott Kennedy makes another alley, go for it again. She makes an alley hoop to First Lady Gail. Is this a good alley hoop to First Lady Gail with Cain? Is that correct? That is correct. A good alley hoop into a flying 360. That is a good alley hoop into a flying 360. Here in the March Madness for the women. Let's keep it rolling here in this March Madness for the women. Here comes our next question. Our next question says, what was Hagar and Abraham's son name? Hagar and Abraham's son name. What was his name, y'all? Hagar and Abraham's son name. Y'all help me type it out. Hagar and Abraham's son name. Come on, y'all. Give me something to type here. Give me something to type. Hagar and Abraham's son. They had a son. Not Sarah, but Hagar. And here comes First Lady Neil say Ishmael. So I'm going to start typing. Anybody else going to help out? She said Isaac. So I'm going to start typing with the Isaac. I got the I-S for Isaac. We got an Ishmael and we got an Isaac. We got a good game going on here. But here comes Pastor White, steals it from Sister Glenzie Cummings and say Ishmael. And he passes it to First Lady Neil. First Lady Neil go between her leg behind her back. And she sticks with Ishmael. And as she moves around the top of the key, she passed to Sister Monica Chapel. Sister Monica Chapel said Ishmael. Anybody else? We got a good one going here. And here comes Sister Glenzie, come and get with them. She said it is Ishmael. Ishmael. All right. We got a good one going on here, y'all. Anybody else? Here come First Lady Gail, say Ishmael. We getting close to the end of the game, so we got to get them, y'all. We need these points. First Lady Gail pass it to Pastor White. Ishmael. Anybody else going to try this one here? It's a tough one, but I know y'all can get them. And here come First Lady Bell. First Lady Bell, she's saying Isaac. We got a good one going there. She say, it's you. But here come Sister Knott Kennedy still and say, Ishmael. Is it Ishmael? Is this a good alley hoop from First Lady Gail to Sister Knott Kennedy with Ishmael? Is that correct? And she alley hoops to First Lady Neil. Is that a good alley hoop? That is correct. It is Ishmael. Sarah was Isaac. Hagar was Ishmael. Good alley hoop to a flying 360, y'all. All right, here comes our last question of the Women's March Madness. Let's get it, y'all, so we can win this game. How did Pilate's wife receive her warning that Jesus was innocent? Come on, y'all. How did Pilate's wife receive her warning that Jesus was innocent? That you're hanging, you're crucifying the wrong person. He's innocent, y'all. And here we are praising killing of an innocent man. That woman had something happen to show her he was innocent. And here comes Sister Glenzie coming, going between the leg behind her back. She said she had a troubling dream. And she passed the ball to First Lady Neil. First Lady Neil passed it to First Lady Gail, who passed it to Pastor White with a troubling dream. Pastor White go between leg behind his back and pass it to First Lady Gail, who go between leg behind her back and pass to First Lady Bell, showing off their basketball skill. But the other team don't want to lose, y'all, so we gonna need some help. And First Lady Bell pass it back to First Lady Gail, who finds Sister Knott Cannon. Sister Knott Cannon go between the leg behind her back and find Pastor White. Pastor White go between the leg behind his back, showing off his skill. But the defense is all over him. They want to lose. We want point behind. We want point behind, y'all. We need this score. We are 1 point behind. We need this score. Pastor White passed to First Lady Gail. They got all over her, and she had to pass to Sister Monica Chapman. Defense all over her. She had to pass it back to First Lady Gail. Is it a troubling dream? Or does somebody see something else? Can we win this game? But the defense is all over First Lady Gail, so she passes it to Sister Knott Cannon. Sister Knott Cannon move around to the right side, trying to get away from the defense, looking for somebody open. She's looking for somebody opening. Time is running out. We got to take that shot, y'all. We got to take that shot. Sister Kennedy got to take that shot. Can she get this good alley hoop from First Lady Gail to Sister Knott Kennedy? Is this a good alley hoop? That is correct. Way to win the game. Good alley hoop into a flying 360. Way to win the game, y'all. Way to win the game. Thank you all for being a part of March Madness with Women of the Bible. Y'all have a blessed remaining of your evening. And remember to trust the process and keep God first. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're up against, no matter what you may face in life, trust the process and keep God first and watch him come in and do great things in your life. Thank you to you all. Y'all have a blessed remaining of your evening. Good game, my sister. Good game to you all. Good game. Thank you to you all. Trust the process and keep God first. Great game. All right. Yes, it was a great game. Good learning of the women of the Bible. It's a good learning as we exercise our skills in the women of the Bible. Y'all have a blessed remaining of your evening. Remember to trust the process and keep God first.